Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to this short presentation about these business opportunities that we would like to spread over you with regards to the medical devices. We are today meeting for this discussion on innovative medicine. My name is Artur Ochojski. I'm representing MedSilesia Cluster, and I'm part of the Upper Silesian Accelerator for Commercial Enterprises as the organization that is leading this cluster. What I would like to talk today is these four basic parts. The first one, we all know that we are somehow facing some kind of challenges, and MedTech could be this solution. Then I will move on to introduce you to a lovely business destination that I hope you will also enjoy, which is Poland. Then we will move on to my region, the region where I come from, with a great potential, business potential. This is Upper Silesia. And last but not least, I will introduce you to MedSilesia, our cluster, our ecosystem, and let's hope that it's going to be interesting to you. So first of all, the challenges, to go briefly, of course, you all know that technology, demography, and climate are those, let's say, three key change drivers. We all understand it. The global community understands that quite clearly. What it means to us actually is that we are not only in the time where technology is accelerating everything in our life, but it's also giving a lot of new opportunities, like with this computer science, electronics, and so forth. But it's also something that we should recognize, which is the demography. Aging has become really an important business factor, not just a societal cultural factor, but also the business driver, and it leads to production, services, completely new business models. So it's also the climate. We all know it, but the climate is really changing, and it's really affecting the changes of our lifestyles and the routines. So you can see here that new is no longer the future. We are now building the new, we are now building the future, and we need to enjoy innovation in MedTech as well. When it comes to Poland, we are the 38 million country, a 30 million people country with 15 million people in the full-time employment. We are enjoying around 4.5 GDP growth, which is, I think, considerably good number. We are around 32.5 thousand US dollars when it comes to GDP per capita in PVP. And because we are talking today about this MedTech sector, the health sector, when it comes to the economy, the domestic market value is around 2.5 billion US dollars. And on top of that, we are enjoying great exports of optical phototechnical medical apparatus, which is worth around 5 billion US dollars. Half of it is the medical devices and equipment. Why we would like to, well, encourage you to start cooperating with Poland and with our companies and our R&D and science organizations. It's basically because we have a good history. You can see here that we appreciate it when it comes to the importers of what we export. We are appreciated by USA, Germany, and the other countries like Denmark, France, UK, Canada, Ukraine. All that is around 1.5 billion US dollars. And if you compare it, we are still not really expanding these things around really huge markets. But on top of that, I would like to, well, really raise your attention that we are just in a quarter of the exports, we are dealing with the African and Middle Eastern countries. So there is still a great opportunity to expand this type of cooperation. We are good in not just medical instruments, but they're also vet instruments. And what we are proud of is that we have this type of appreciation by the markets, by the customers, and that we are really paving our way to new markets. Why? Because we do really care about these medical requirements. You have these regulations, medical devices regulations imposed by the European Union, but we do really care about these requirements and those regulations. So this is something I'm really convinced of. There is a new report by the PIDE, by the Polish Agency of Enterprise Development, and you can read that it's something that we have been specializing in. It's the rehab and orthopedic equipment, it's veterinary instruments, it's hospital furniture, it's also the equipment for operating theaters, it's diagnostic devices, disposable equipment, and telemed. It's not just that, but this is something that we really have a good quality, and this is something that you can trust. When we go to Upper Silesia, it's my place, so I have to introduce it to you. Well, it's not just because I'm missing so much the sea that is in the north of Poland, but I can still have great time in the mountains, which is located to the south in my region. But it's basically because in terms of the economy, we are enjoying 4.5 million inhabitants, a considerable market with a metropolitan area built around Katowice, which is 2 million people. We are really one of the biggest regions in Poland when it comes to economy, because we are generating 12% of the GDP. It's quite a rich, wealthy region. But the reason why I'm attracting your interest to our region is that we are really building around a very strong economy related to business environment, supporting the organizations, which is 450,000 registered businesses and more than 7,000 foreign capital-owned enterprises. And it's because we have top-class professionals and really strong R&D potential, which is more than 230 R&D organizations that the companies are linked to and are really having great opportunities out of it. So we have introduced this triple helix approach where you have science, you have business, you have policymakers trying to get hands on these strategic areas. So in our regional innovation strategy, health is one of 5 key domains, strategic domains that we are dealing with. That leads to a really strong medtech ecosystem. Definitely, whenever you see something in the presentation that you might feel, okay, where is it, how it looks like, it's not possible to take you for a tour to Upper Silesia with this presentation, but just to give you a glimpse, very modern infrastructure, city amenities, business amenities like business centers, sport, recreation, nice quarters of houses, modern infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, but we still have, and we do enjoy and do really share the historical memories of the former business industries like coal mines that are regenerated and revitalized. Now you can see that we've turned them into museums, into culture. So cultural heritage, environmental protection, environmental heritage, this is also part of our region. And you can see that we are really a beautiful place. When it comes to the economy and technology, we have strong R&D potential. We have all these training centers, all these production centers and labs, including those let's say up-to-date modern centers. So that would be Poland and Upper Silesia. Now let me just briefly go through MedSilesia Cluster. First of all, as I told you, I'm representing the organization that is leading this MedSilesia Cluster, and our mission is really to get hands on supporting those organizations, the 120 organizations, and let them be as effective as possible in their everyday business, and really take care about the resources, just connecting them to resources, attracting new resources in this knowledge-based economy. So we are really working on the international markets and implementing various different types of projects, helping them, helping the organizations, the businesses, the R&D units, and the other stakeholders to get really profits and benefits out of our activities. Our key domains you can see here is rehabilitation, it's software, it's telemedicine, it's geriatrics, cardiac surgery, medical robotics, regenerative medicine. It's also diseases related to contemporary civilization, diagnostic equipment, and other categories that are related to medical sector. You can see that this is just the representation of the Silesian map and the country. You can see that we are diverse around, when it comes to our members, we are diverse around the country, but the focus, the concentration is there in the region. And we are really a dense ecosystem with, as I told you, 120 organizations. As the MedSilesia, we guarantee high competence. So every day we take care about the companies, not just by providing them with new opportunities, new knowledge, new business opportunities or technological opportunities, but we also take care about their competence by means of verifying where the competency is. So just to give you an example here, you can see that the competencies are clustered around different types of sectors, but it's also the members who share it with us and tell us that, yes, we are really good in this area. So you have this mapping that we are doing on an everyday basis. So if you're interested in cooperation, we can easily match you with our partners, with our cluster members. But on top of that, I have to tell you that we are really strongly working on joint projects and on getting really good benefits out of it. So it's a lot of people, it's 11,000 people employed by the members of the cluster. We have really good economic profits, and we are growing year by year. There are different types of projects, that's what I mentioned already, but it's well, I could say the key notion of the strength of the cluster is the vivid environment of different types of stakeholders, including research organizations, including businesses, and including different types of other stakeholders. Just to give you a glimpse of who we are, it's never possible to introduce all the members, but as I wrote here, we're proud of all the cluster members. Just a brief screen over the screen of some of the companies. It's BMX, one of our cluster members dealing with endoscopy, is the rehab center working on rehabilitation with good competence. It's the Rehabit, the company that's producing really top class hospital and nursing furniture. It's also Exotech, a company working on neurorehabilitation robots and automated rehabilitation processes. You can see Autoform, another example of great business opportunity. Future processing, we're also dealing with AI and these software issues related to medtech. It's Format, again, furniture, hospital furniture. It's Technomax, one of the great members of the cluster working on this type of equipment. And we still have this cooperation with several types of clinics or university members or R&D organizations. Like here you have the Foundation for Cardiosurgery Development, one of the top class organizations in the world. You have the Oncology Center located in Gliwice. You have Medical University of Silesia with this lovely simulation and training center and education center. So as you can see, there are very many great opportunities for cooperation. If you're interested, and I'm sure you are, please do take this opportunity. Please do not hesitate to contact us. and I'm looking forward for your questions. Thank you. It was really a privilege to be with you. Have a good day and see you. Goodbye. Thank you.